Show. You are live. And we have how many people in chat?
Pass. I can't see that.
I don't think there's anybody here, but that's okay.
Oh, there's no one there.
No, nobody here. That's all right. It'll fill up. Just takes time.
This says there's people waiting, so that's strange.
Okay. Well, maybe it's just delayed.
There's no one there. That's all right. I'll just keep eating.
Now we got 4 people now. All right. So anyway, we've got a great show for you. It's another live for the Slippy and Thrifty show. We've got Dan Bridge or Dan Blade Bridge Dan or Daniel Bridge or Dan Bridge or
all of them.
All those things.
Whatever you want to call me, Dan, or Blade Bridge,
right.
Or whatever. It's no trouble.
But he is a fantastic customizer of, SAKs specifically, but he does other things. I'm sure he said he was just working on some chainsaw blades, so I'm sure he can pretty much sharpen anything. But why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Dan, and maybe how you met Matt, and how that all got started.
Yeah, so originally I was a tool sharpener, so I sharpened knives, axes, chainsaws, hedge cutters, repaired horticulture and agriculture machinery, motorcycles, and stuff like this. But I've always had a keen thing for knives. Ever since I was a boy, ever since I was in the Scouts or the Cadets, we all had pocket knives, but a lot of them just had them. I really like most knife blades. I really liked them. So I used to sort of, see what I could get them, the boot sales, trunk fairs, whatever you want to call it, flea markets, just go around and get them as a teenager, or get people to buy them for me or whatever, or say when a birthday come up, people say, what do you want? I say, I want a Swiss Army knife, or I want this, I want that. That sort of. I think most of us who collect knives have been there since that young age of thinking, I want, you know what you want.
Right.
I've never been into the bigger knives. I've always been into the smaller folding pocket knives, which you can actually carry and use without getting in too much trouble. And then that went, and then I started sort of playing with knives properly, sort of like sort of customizing them only about sort of repairing them a couple of years ago. So it's not been that long since I've always been a collector. I've always sharpened tools. I've always done little repairs, stuff like that. I only started doing it on a bigger scale about 2 years ago, and that got to the point where I was seeing probably 500 knives a month, whether that was for sale, whether that was for cleanups, whether that was for service, whether that was for sharpening. But it would come sort of like there'd be boxes. I'd be buying them. Also, people would be sending them for repair. So that, and then that become like about 18 months ago, 2 years. That become really, really busy. So it'd just be not every day, like deliveries of different stuff. And then I started to fade out the other stuff. So I started fading out like the horticulture, the agriculture sort of side of it, and just putting into the knives, and hence the name Blade Bridge come along. I had a previous trading name to that, but it just didn't make any sense. So I liking blades, I took my last name Bridge and put the blade in front of it, Blade Bridge, and it just sort of rolled off the tongue. And I thought, okay, I'll trade as that, set up a limited company, and then went forward with that. And I met Matt and all the other people I know now through either Etsy, when people bought something, YouTube, like now, Facebook, Instagram, and just stuff like that. And then you know how you meet people, and then someone will message you about something and they'll recommend you to their friend, or I might need something, I might need liners or something, so I sort of went out looking for that, and then I sort of bumped into people by accident, or people would message me, have you got this? No, and they'd be like, I'm selling this, like this sort of stuff, and I'd be like, okay, cool, I can use that. You know in the community how it is. It's quite, so everyone sort of starts talking to each other, and you sort of feed out from there, and then you sort of change the things you do. And it's not always been Swiss Army knives. It's not always will be. I do other stuff, we just don't advertise it. So I will customise like a Boca or something like that, or take a Civivi apart and dye the scales, acid wash the blades, maybe file the back. So we do other stuff. It just never really sees Instagram, and sometimes it just, with the time, with the family and working in between it, or you don't get time to do what you want to do. And I'm not actually that technically knowledgeable, so I'm not one. So like, Matt's a wizard. He just does all this stuff.
I wouldn't say wizard.
Wizard.
I take a photo and I think, oh God, is that even a knife? I look at it from a distance and I'm like, that's terrible. My photo's terrible. So I just try and keep it to sort of basic stuff. And I find a SAK, I don't know why, quite easy to photo. I know I can open up all the little tools, put it on something, maybe put a coin or some bullets with it, and it look okay. Well, I think it look okay. Take the photos, but other stuff I do struggle to sort of photo, so I just don't photo it. So you don't really get to see the sort of the full range of everything and services. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was a mouthful. You said 30 minutes worth in about 5 minutes. I appreciate your being able to just flow, bro. I don't know. Where do you want to start? Let's take a look at some of the stuff that you got there. You said you got some custom that you brought for the show.
Yeah, so I've got a little workshop, and that's inside a garden centre, which is quite cool. So people come in for their tools to be sharpened.
Right.
Or if they know me for knives, they'll come in to look at pocket knives, to repair pocket knives. Or if they're a SAK fan, they might come in and say, "Hi, what SAKs have you got?" Or Leatherman, something like that. But I didn't have much, so today I've made up a few. In between the rush, I've made a few up. So I've just made a few customs up, and I think I'm going to start with, if that's all right with you lot, I think I'm going to start with this little one here. So this is a sort of copy of a Yeoman, which was a 3-layer 91mm SAK, which had the corkscrew, magnifying glass,
Oh yeah.
Phillips, the scissors, the blade, and the combo tool. This isn't in it. I don't always particularly put them back in the same order, or also I don't. If I can put a hook on, I will. I don't also keep them 100% standard. Sometimes I add tools or take them away. But if I just tell you it's based on that Yeoman, so this
Right.
this has got the dark sort of genuine Victorinox camo scales on. I haven't put any toothpick or tweezers in yet, but it's got. I don't know if you can see that. The camera's not very good. It's got carbon fibre liners, so they're pure carbon.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the genuine carbon fibre liners in this one. And this is actually some tools that I got from Justin. And I made this for him because he had red liners in it, and I changed.
Oh, that spoiled hobbit.
Oh, he is a spoiled hobbit, that is for sure. See, I don't know if you can really see the liners, but they really are beautiful.
Oh yeah, you can see the fiber there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then these are obviously just acid wash tools. They're not newly washed. They're probably 6 months old, but I'll just
Okay.
this is
Is that process kind of difficult, the acid wash? Can you maybe explain that a little bit?
yeah, of course. So, and then just before I stop, then I put I don't know if you can see that, but that will just take hair straight off anything. That's absolutely
It does look drop back. Yeah.
there. That's and all the sharpening is done freehand. So with the acid wash or the acid etching, so it's just ferric chloride, and then you can mix it to your preference depending on how dark you want. So you can go 3-to-1, 2-to-1, or whatever. I just do 50-50 mix. So if I put 250 ml of ferric chloride in, I put 250 ml of distilled water in. I don't like to put too many impurities in there, or you can mix it with acetone or alcohol. There's a few things you can mix it with, or you then use hot water or whatever. So then clean your tools up, make sure there's no grease or fat, because acid won't really burn through grease or fat very well. You know, if you've got your fingerprints all on it, when you dip it and then leave it in there for your time, 20 minutes, an hour, however long you want to leave it in there for, pull it out.
It'll be obvious. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, it's obvious. So clean all your tools up, so soapy water, rinse them off with cold water, dry them up, acetone everything. Then if you want to use pure water, just to make sure it's all clean. So pure water should run off a metal when it's clean. Like just spray it, and it shouldn't stick. It should just be spraying it and basically pouring off. And also that doesn't leave any contaminants on it. So then, or you can either put them on a string and put a bead in between them, so they're not. You don't want them touching.
Oh right, if you're doing multiple blades, yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So just put however you want to separate. You can put little cages, chuck them in your acid. Always give it a good mix up. Leave it like half an hour or an hour, depending on how dark you want that. Take them out, wash them in acid. Then I just put them in a pot of acetone, wash all that off. Then I take them to the sink, soapy water, wash them out, rinse them off cold water, dry them, acetone again. Then I put them in. There's pictures on my Instagram. I put them in a pot noodle pot with with bullets. So I can use nickel, which will give you like a stone wash effect.
Oh, okay.
Brass, which will give you a brass washing. There is pictures on there, or copper, which will give you a copper washing, or brass and copper. So you get the copper and brass hit, and when it hits against the bit of that brass comes off onto the blade.
Right.
Because obviously it's black, you see it. Then you can use nickel, copper, and brass washing. So you should tumble it. I use bullets, or bullet cartridges, stuff like that.
Right.
And put it up. I do everything by hand. I haven't got fancy machinery. Just shake it up. Or you can put a bit of WD-40 in there to clean the crap away. Then take them out, wash them out again, assemble, sharpen up, and that's your acid washing. There's no magic to it, and it is really easy. Just obviously wear your glasses, and you
right. Be smart about it, obviously.
Yeah. Smart about it.
The scales. Where do you acquire all the? Like, I know you had some brass scales that you put on Slippys. You had some other ones that were orange G10, and then you just showed some carbon fiber ones there. Where do you acquire all that?
Right. So scales.
Well, not the scales, but the
liners.
Yeah.
The liners, they mainly come from Ukraine.
Okay.
I can't think of his name. Really, really nice guy, and they are hand on heart the best. You won't find a better person for doing them. I think they're done by CNC, and they are flawless. I believe there's a difference between the American ones and the British ones, because the brass you get is slightly different from sizes from the brass we get in Europe or UK. So I believe there's a slight discrepancy between the hole sizes, only by a few tenths of a hundredth of a mil, but it does make a difference. So he knows that, and he'll sort that out. Then you can find a few. I don't know where you can find a few pieces. I only buy my liners from there. There are a few other makers and stuff that are doing liners and whatnot, but I don't really. You find someone you like, you just use them. It just becomes irrelevant of price. You know that product's going to work, so you buy it, pay your money, and you get your product, and it works. That's more to me than anything else. What I don't want is I can get them, at 50% cheaper and 50% quicker, but when I get them, they're no good, or I've got to polish the holes out, or do this or do that. I don't have time in my life to do. There's not enough time or money in the SAKs to be putting right, so I'd rather just pay the proper money and get the decent liners.
Right the first time kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. The funky scales, like the scales, they come from all over. So there's woman I use. I think she's called Jellyfish EDC, and I think that's Stephanie Smith. She does these 3D printed scales, and they're all right. They're really good price. 9 times out of 10, they just clunk on, no hassle. But value for money, they're awesome. Like, you're not going to get any sort of, the colour she does are wicked. The colour's consistent. It's not, you don't get like dark spots or any of that rubbish. They come out really well. They lay as you can.
And she's in the UK then?
UK, yeah, UK. So sorry, Liners is Ukraine. That's Custom SAK World, I think he calls his company. Okay. And then so scales I get from the UK, which is Jellyfish EDC, and that's Stephanie Smith, and she's on Instagram. These are these sort of plastic printed ones, but they are consistent. Like I said, 9 times out of 10 they just clunk on, no issues.
Right.
Most aftermarket scales, you're going to get the odd one that's, you've got to sort of file the back or whatever, or where you peened it over. It's an aftermarket part at the end of the day, but 9 out of 10, they're really, and the price, you're not going to get a better price. I don't know what they are, between something like £5 or £10, $5 or $10.
Yeah, I think they're about £8. I think they are. I've seen a couple on there.
What's that, about $10? So that's
about that. Yeah, it's nothing really.
And that's these scales here. There's multiple colors, like multicolored ones. There's red, blues, pinks. You name it, it's there. And
there's about 20 colors she does, I think.
Yeah, Matt knows. Yeah, so that's.
And what about the Kieranite skills? Did you get that from her as well, or is that elsewhere?
I can't really say where I got them from.
You can't say. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not going to give all my secrets away.
Okay. All right. Well, no, I wasn't trying to reveal secrets. The curiosity is like, okay, I didn't know if maybe you had made some of these scales. Like, go ahead and show that, Matt. Yeah,
they are. That's that. I mean, the colors on the Kieranite are just. I can't. I mean, I think I polished them up to a 2000 grit on Saturday. So they start off on I think a 400 or 600 grit. So because that's exposed rivets. So when you make them within the scale. So the scale is the first liner. So then you drill out. These are solid ones. They've got no holes in the back,
Right.
and then you make them into the liner, into the scale, and then the pins come through. Then you have to file it all down. Then you have to pin it in without cracking the kieranite. And once that's all done, then you sand it. But that's sanded to like starts at 400, I think, it goes up to 2000. Then it goes on my buffer, and it goes to like medium coarse, ultra fine. But it's like glass, and it's really strong.
Yeah.
I bet there's still no blade play on that, and that's what, 6 months old.
No, if probably even longer. There's nothing. It's like a rock. I've not had to sharpen it or anything. I've just stropped it occasionally. Edges are still all perfect.
So what you trying to say? He does a good job?
He does a fantastic job. That's why I go to Dan.
Nice work, Dan. That's awesome stuff. Did you have another? Do you have the other one there, Slippy, you want to show?
I do. I have the brass linered compact Dan made for me. I did put some of the Mike Carter scales on from Betsy. I can't remember the guy's name.
Cassie Mesher.
That's it. Yeah, some of the green Mike Carter plus scales on there. It's got the brass liners,
right,
and everything. It just fits perfectly. Got his etch on the blade as well.
That's your logo there, Dan.
This is actually a new logo. So when you're looking at that, that's about the second or third generation of logo. And I had that made by a woman in Brazil, and I was just so happy, and it was so reasonably priced. If I can find the details, I'll let you know. But that definitely, she just does logo designing. But I was really happy with that. It's very basic, but it's to the point.
Right.
Yeah, that's what makes it so great. Is when the logos, they just say exactly what they need to say, and they don't have anything else.
Right.
So I see what you mean about these liners. They are perfect. They're exactly the same as the scales. There's no sort of discrepancies or anything.
No.
They are flawless.
Well, I hope people start lining up to buy some more stuff from you. Good to see Judd in here.
We need Judd to be around.
Oil Hobbit has arrived.
Yeah.
Has
Judd just turned up, has he?
Yeah, he's in here now.
He has not seen the carbon fiber.
Yeah, first look.
Geoman, has he?
No, he has not.
So Judd, if you're watching, the knife you sent me, what was it? Yes, the guy got Saturday morning, has now been taken apart, and it's got carbon fiber scales on it with the acid wash you sent me. Hold on. There you go. And it's sharp again.
Yeah, the carbon fiber scales are unreal. Judd, stop showing it to these people.
It's true though.
So what about the website you're launching some stuff on, Dan? Why don't you give us some details about that?
So I'm just trying to work out how to see the comments. Oh, I can see it now. So yes, I've always had my own website, but I've shut that down for the minute. Because I've sort of been changing the things I'm doing. I've come away from the sort of the selling and the repairs and stuff like that a bit, and just the customer. I've sort of wound it all down for times over here, and I'm sure the rest of the world are tough. Where before it was a good business, which it still is, but it was enough to sort of feed a family. Sadly now, like most things, it's more of a leisure thing. So I used to do this full time, but now I work a job in the week and just do this weekends, evenings, if I have a day off, that sort of stuff. So what was the question?
About the shop you're going to be selling stuff with.
Oh, that's right, yeah. So I've closed my website down, but there is a shop in I think it's in Devon, and that's James King. That's Sema 4. They've already got quite a lot of my stock in there. It's got all my etching on the blade, so it's all 100%. But there's some pretty cool stuff on there. There's some stuff with some sort of etch, like the fisherman I sent you, Matt. Have you got that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm just going to put the website in the chat of the Semaphore.
That's it. If you talk to him or ring up and talk to James, he's got a lot of already. So that will be your main point of contact. Don't, because I'm too busy, you'll have to sort of go through there. But there's a lot of stuff sort of pre-made. So there's the Yeomans, there's like carbon fiber stuff, there's brass stuff, there's copper stuff, there's titanium stuff, there's G10 stuff. There's a good mix of everything. And some of the blades are fully etched or fully engraved like this one. And there's some that will be exposed rivets, stuff like that. There's a good selection. But to actually to do a lot of orders, I don't really have the time to sort of sit down and take people's orders what I used to. So it's going to be more sort of pre-made, prefab, pre-made stuff as such.
Yeah, so like this is what I've got on stock. Take your pick.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
So to get their hands on this stuff, do they have to ring him up and ask what he's got, or has he got stuff on his site ready to sell?
Well, he is. That's all being sorted out now, I believe. But there's just been some delays with. I was having some troubles getting some stuff over and stuff like that. But that should be sorted out now. But if you do want to sort of suggest something or ring him, speak to him, and then he can let me, because I haven't got the time to deal with all the individual customers or the orders. And I'm not really doing it on a personal level anymore. So you can just sort of deal with them and they'll deal with you. Yeah. And that's it. You'll always get that quality of work, and you'll always get that warranty. Like if there's ever anything wrong, just send it back. I'm not going anywhere. Anything that's not right, I'll happily repair or replace. It's not an issue. No one's perfect. So it doesn't happen very often. But if someone does say, "Oh, these scissors are a bit loose," send it back. I'll tighten the scissors up, peen the scissors in a bit more, and send it back. Problem solved. It's not. You're never going to get told like go away. I'll always just, if there's something you need, just say, "Oh, hi Dan, I've got this," or "Do you know this?" or "I've got this." I mean, I'm happy to talk to people. I just don't have the time to sort of make orders. I don't want to let anyone down. So, but if you want to know, like, what model is this, and you can't find it, or you're struggling, then just message me on the Instagram. Just say what's this or what's that, or need help. And I'm always putting up help videos, like with the sharpening or the custom making. I'm always happy to help people. To pass that to John.
All the ones I've seen you putting up recently, I've shared all the ones I've seen of your sharpening. You did that 3-stage sharpening and stuff. That was really cool.
Yeah, that I did. I should. Do you know what? I should have done more of the sort of before it, because it had a big. It looked like someone had put it on a nail and hit it. You know what I'm saying? It had this sort of that.
Big chip.
Yeah, chipping it, and so I should have done videos. I removed that on my tool mech because I just couldn't be bothered to flat grind it. So I done that on the side of my wheel, my wet wheel, and then done the rest by hand, which was a 60 grit, I think in 120, 280, 700, a couple of thousand, stropped it up, and it was like a glass edge sort of thing.
Yeah, but you did some fantastic work on that. There was a big old chip in it, and it just looks like a new blade when you'd finished.
Yeah, and the idea is keep the profile, keep the shape. If it comes down like a drop point or whatever, then just keep, when you grind flat, just keep that shape in. If you're grinding on a wheel or by hand, sometimes I use a file. I put a file, like a long, like a second or bastard cut file in the, and then just grind the blade against it, and then home with the file. Start the first cut with the file, and then change file to like a second cut. Then onto the 80 grit 120, and that gives you the best. There's no better satisfaction than doing it with a file or just building it back up. It's that's satisfying.
Yeah, especially doing it by hand, and you've made that.
Yeah,
I've done this. Have you seen Judd's comment, John?
What's he saying?
You tell me to go away. Bama blades, yes, he will ship to the US.
You mentioned earlier that you had started getting into knives at a really early age. Tell us a little bit about your personal collection.
Here's where you're going to be shocked. I don't collect. I never have. I like stuff, and I like seeing it through my hands, but I don't collect anything. I don't collect knives. I don't collect. I don't have much material possessions because I don't care for it. But I'd rather someone come to me and say, "Oh, I've got this," and I'll repair that. I get all my kicks, all my fun out of repairing something or putting it back to how it was, or modifying it or sharpening it, and then just anything I have, I've given away. Because I'll get something, I'll repair it or modify it, I'll just give it, or even if it's mine, I'll keep it for a little bit, and I'll just give it away. So the likes of Judd have a lot of my stuff for free.
Right.
But I am like that. It's not, you know, even though it's been a business and stuff like that, it's not. You know, I'm not really that interested in the money side of it. It's just, for me, it's just preparing something or going to that next level, or how good can I get this? How sharp can I get this? But not hideous stages, just like for my own personal benefit. What can I do next? What can I do? Well, how can I help that person out? It's just something I enjoy doing, you know.
It's sort of like the reason why, well, I get the sound, it starts to sound like you're saying much like why I'd like to make videos, just sort of scratches that creative itch for you, and you always have to kind of feed that to just, you know, have that creative outlet for whatever it is that you're really good at, you know. So it sounds like yeah, you're not the collector, but you are more than willing to help a guy out, and that's incredible. So
yeah,
100%. I just really appreciate you coming on today, because like I kept hearing your name mentioned over and over again about some of the work that you did, but then never had the opportunity to you know, put a face with the knives. So yeah, I'm almost a little surprised that you don't keep some of the stuff, as nice as some of the stuff that you make has turned out. I was like, you don't have any that you're like, that's too nice to get rid of, kind of thing.
No, it's because I'll tell you for why. It's because I get more enjoyment out of giving it away or making it for someone than I actually do to keep it. Like, and I know it sounds strange, but I look at it and I think I can always do another one.
Yeah.
Always, if I want to, I can always just do another one. So I don't really hang on to stuff like that, and I'd rather someone else enjoys it. Like, my friends get well nice sacks; they don't even care for them. Like, they and I know that's going to start a bit of a war, but I just give them away. I'm like,
right.
I made this at the workshop when I was bored for like an hour in between waiting for something, or I've got some stuff in the like I said, in the acid, or someone coming to me, can you repair this, or, you know, they'll bring their chainsaw in for sharpening or something. So while all this is going on, in between that, I'll be like, I'll make some knives, I'll pack some spare bits. Or sometimes people send me stuff and I'm like, they're like, what happens a lot of the time is people don't realise this. People will send me like, someone's just received some, that was a message I got, someone's just received some stuff I sent them. So I'll people send me stuff like knives, and in return, I'll make them a custom. So just remember that if you want something, send me something I'll be interested in, and then I'll make you a custom. Or like, I don't know, they'll send me like 20 knives, 20 old sacks, and I'll make them what they want, and then I'll get to keep all the other stuff. So then all the broken down stuff, I'll make more out of that. And half the time I just like either break them into boxes of stuff, or give them away, or sell them, or whatever. But yeah, it's there is a lot more that goes on behind the scenes. So I'm just going to show another little one. I'm really into my 84 mils at the minute, and just doing odd stuff. Like, so this is a 84 mil. It's not a recruit. It's a sportsman. Sorry, sportsman. With the file. So the back of it is such shit. It's not bad on the camera. Well, so the back of it.
All right. Drink one.
The back of it is just a normal. So you got the corkscrew and the awl, and it's just, and then it's brass lined, but it's 84 mil, which is such a beautiful size. And then the front of it is like acid washed. So, and this is one I've had in the workshop for a while. It's just a bit of it's not a beta, but it's something I have kept. Like you said, I don't collect, but I will keep them for a while. So it's got the file, the nail file, but it's got that sort of, that was only between certain years they made this type of file. Then they changed them. I don't know. Some people know the history. I think this was some particular year where the file wasn't, you know, that like that diamondy sort of stuff. It was just a sort of cut. I can't even think of the name. Straight cut file. It's just a straight cut file, right? And then you've got the cap lifter, and then you've got the tin opener, and then the little blade. But in the action, I managed to keep the
the blade bridge.
Oh yeah, the
blade bridge, and it's got a lovely sharp little edge on it as well. But these are just so friendly in the pocket, and the brass, the extra weight of the brass is so nice. So I'm really hooked on the brass and the 84 mil at the minute. I just keep making them for some reason.
Yeah, it looks. I've always been a fan of like brass liners anyway on traditional knives. So like when they do only stainless, I'm almost disappointed sometimes. And I've got another question for you though. I recently there was a fellow that's also a fellow YouTuber, and he has done, or he acquired a Ukrainian Swiss Army knife that had, I want to say, a Spider Coat blade on it. I've wondered if you did any kind of customization like that where you used another brand's blades on.
So like a Spider Knox or whatever.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
To be honest with you, I do like things to be very smooth when they go, when the blades click in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I do have a lot of Wenger tools, which I do put into the Victorinoxes sometimes. Again, I probably don't show as much as I should. But I've no issue with doing them. But if they're never going to be that smooth from start to finish, then I'm not really interested, because you see a lot of people butcher like the 91mm scissors and get them into the 84mm, and I'd rather just pay the £100 for the scissors out the 84mm and use them. I know it sounds crazy, but like you're never going to, some things are just never designed to go in the way you have to sort of drill it. And then I will brass fill stuff. So some of the bigger tools, the 93mm, won't go in the 91 because it's a 3mm hole. So then I'll crush brass in it. Then I'll sand it flat. There is videos and stuff, and I think photos of it on the Instagram. Drill a hole in it, so I'll make the hole size smaller by 0.5 of a mil. Then they'll fit perfectly. But if I do it, it's going to be like that. I don't really want to be the whole sort of, yeah, this is great. Look, clunk, clunk, clunk. Yeah, no, sorry, that's just no. And I don't have the time to sort of do a lot of the Spider Knoxes and stuff, or they're expensive. If it's £100 a blade, or 100, if it's a really nice, I don't know, what's a good steel SN
S30V, let's just say.
S30V, or it's not going to be a £20, but $20 blade, it's going to be $100, $200, isn't it? Right. So, yeah, a lot of the time, I don't do. I mean, I've never really made like a big mistake like that, but I just think I'm always rushed. I've got jobs on, I've got things to do. With these, I've got all the jigs. I can just get on with it. I've got boxes.
To keep it as basic as possible without getting too crazy,
Yeah, and I will do them, and I will use other blades, and I will start doing stuff like that. But I'm more of a colour person. I've got like 15 different colours of G10, 50 liners, acid etching, file backs. I do a lot of different. I like doing different stuff. I will get around to that. I just, it's more been time. I've had a lot going in my personal life the last sort of 6 months as well. So, with these things will happen, but just not in the next few days.
Have you played around with anodizing or anything like that?
So I can copper plate and nickel plate.
Okay, copper plating, yeah.
There is ones on there on the Instagram that have been nickel plated and copper plated and stuff like that. And then I buy gold plated stuff from Switzerland, stuff like that. So they do. There is different stuff going on. It's just like I said, it's just time, isn't it? When you've got a family to run and everything else, just having time to do what you want. There's things in your head you want to do, but actually getting them to done is
right. Yeah. I'm the same way. Same way.
Yeah.
I'm back up about 20 videos that I need to do yet.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
You got any other questions for him, Matt?
So, did you bring any other customs with you, Dan, or was it just those two?
No, I've got more. So I got, what was that?
Let's have a look at some more. Tease us with some more.
Right. So you've seen the carbon fiber. Yeah, I remember we've seen the brass and acid etched Sportsman. I got what I like to call this one the Director. I don't really know why, because it's nothing special. It's only a recruit or something. The 84mm. I should know these off the top of my head. Really, it's not the recruit. It's the
waiter.
No, oh come on, I can't. I've been working all damn time. It's just an 84mm Spartan, which is called
84.
The Tourist, right? It's a Tourist, but I've got these nice sort of there's like cream burgundy scales on, with a bit of copper cross, but they're copper lined. Let me see if I can. This is one I made today. It's a copper liner.
Yeah, the copper liners are real nice. They're on that one with the etch blades you sent me. They've got the copper liners on it.
Yeah. So this is a copper liner. So it's just a Tourist, normal tool set. I've not done anything. I've not filed anything or put any patterns in. It's just got my little logo on. Incredibly sharp as always. It's just got the brass liners in, and these scales fit fantastically. And they're like these are CNC cut and not plastic, not printed. I think these come off sheets and then they're cut with a machine, so they're denser, they're stronger, they're definitely denser, they're stronger, and you've got the plastic inserts which you can push in. Yeah, these are nice, and I just put it with a basic tool set, but it's nice. The copper's very weighty and it feels nice. It's got the strength on it, but there's like zero. The friction's nice on it. There's no sort of, it just, yeah, it's nice. Different titaniums like that as well on G10. The different liners have different effects on the tools as well, like how when they open. Even when you put an oil down, the amount of friction that G10 makes, say to copper, to titanium, to brass, to aluminium, to steel, there's all different. It all acts differently. And I find the copper's quite nice.
Yeah, I love the brass one you did in that compact for me. The extra weight really makes the knife. It makes it feel like a much sturdier knife. And I see what you mean about the pull. Like it does affect like the pull. There's a lot stronger pull than you would get with just the regular like aluminum liners.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk about the friction between the two liners.
Yeah. You can feel it. Like when there's the oil in there, you can feel the difference when you're opening. Yeah. Compared to the regular ones.
Yeah, 100% on that. And I've got, this is just one. Actually, this is one I do carry. I don't collect, but I do carry the Sportsman. I'm not a fan of the pen blade on the little ones on the 84. I'm mad onto my 84 mils at the minute, and I'm going to be putting. I made Judd is it a Voyager with the 84 mil scissors, like the compact 84. I made him a brass lined one, didn't I? Blue. This is one I carry. It's nothing special. It's just but it's a workhorse. It's got the hard plastic on. These give it quite a bit of rigid. What's the word? Like make them rigid. Where these Celador scales are quite soft and flexible, where these aren't. So when you put these on, it does give you more of a solid base in your hand. And I like the 84 mil.
Like less of the flex.
Absolutely. And then I've got this one that I showed you earlier. This has got this is on my Instagram. So this is a acid wash. It's got obviously razor sharp. This is an Explorer with the scissor, magnifying glass. Lovely action on this. G10 is very smooth, but it just glides. These are all stone. These are, you won't be able to see it on the camera. I don't think my camera's good enough. But these have been washed in brass bullets. So it takes the brass off.
They picked up the brass colour in.
These are purple. These are purple liners as well. I don't know if you can see that or not. So the liners are purple as well.
Yeah, I can see.
The complete purple one with dark tool set. This is, and then it's got the plus scales on, but I just run out of pens. They're like hen's teeth. I don't know what happens. Like Victoria stopped making them, and then everyone gets them in stock again. 2 days later, out of stock. So yeah. That's
it's really nice, like a midnight explorer.
Oh, I've got some. They're not engaged. They're not engaged. They're not engraved yet. I've got some wood blanks, some wood scales, and I've got some leather.
Leather, nice.
They've got some leather. Leather.
Aluminum is in it. Go away, Judd. He's taking a mick at me.
Just kick him out. He said I spoke to him last night. He said I'm going to come on and cause trouble. He's like, off, really, Judd.
There we go.
Quiet Smith. Judd, you're a menace.
Yeah, you are a menace.
Yeah.
Disturbing the show. A bad influence on. So I created this situation whereby he doesn't spell mold with the U anymore. Judd.
Yeah. Because I get bullied into saying that it's an extra U.
It is an extra U.
That colour.
Yeah, collar.
Well, it's not for the dog. Y'all are saying it wrong. I don't say collar. I say color.
Well, color's got a U in it.
Kala.
Collar.
What was the other word? I don't even know. There's too many of them. There's like
There's too many words that are like this.
too many U's. I can tell you that. So is there anything that you guys want to show more? I had that. Did I show? I don't even know if I showed this. I guess I didn't. Picked up a mechanic. Now this is nothing special compared to the crap y'all have already seen from Dan and Slippy, but
Look at Judd's comment. Slippy, you're in so much trouble without a U.
but this is a mechanic. I guess Dan, you a fan of that one, or is that one you like?
That's one of my favourite tools, and I like the compact mechanic as well.
The compact, yeah.
Yeah, so lose the lifters and
Right.
the pen, and just put. So you've got combo tool, blade, pliers, done. Screwdriver.
Yeah, I'd have that one already, but that one for whatever particular reason is so much more expensive in the United States. I think you guys get that for about £30, and
yeah, the compact is. It's on sale here for the moment for about 33.
I think.
No, I meant the compact mechanic. So it's the
compact mechanic. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that one before, so that's a new one to me. But
there's loads I'm looking for. Loads of discontinued ones.
Plus scales, or what do you get extra on that one?
Sorry, what's that?
What extra do you get on the compact mechanic beyond the scales? I imagine.
It's just basically combo tool, which you get on the compact, then blade, then pliers. On the reverse side, it's just the Phillips. That's it.
Oh, okay. Alrighty.
Well, I can't remember if it's an actual mod or it's just a mod. I think it's a mod. To be honest with you,
Judd said it's a custom.
Yeah, it is a custom.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah,
it sounds like it should be a real thing, though. That sounds fantastic.
There's probably a lot of them that should be real that aren't, but I guess, Victoria, what do you think about them slimming their line down? And they had a lot of discontinuations.
Wasn't it 84 mil that got hit as well, wasn't it?
There were quite a few, yeah. I know the Tourist was one. That's definitely one that's no longer made.
Yeah, that's a shame because that's one of the best. That's one of the best basic tool sets. You got your corkscrew, which you can put your eyeglass, your screwdriver
right.
in. You got your pen blade, your main blade, and your lifters and your all. What on a small little? I've got one here. It's just these without obviously this has got the file, but it's just the pen blade instead. But these just why would you not like this? I mean, the Sportsman and the Taurus are the same apart from the
file.
Pen blade. Yeah. What's there not to like about them? They're small, compact. They're so. And I know in the States things are a bit more relaxed with blades and stuff like that, but even out here, it's just not offensive. If you pulled it out to do a bit of work, it's not like pulling a Spyderco out. Even though some of them are street illegal to carry, they just look offensive. The way the bulge is the blade, you pull it out. I don't. Maybe you don't have that issue so much in the States, but in the UK, especially if you're in some sort of public area and you need to use your knife and you pull out a smaller Swiss Army knife, it just seems to be very accepted. Where
it's seen more as a multi-tool, isn't it? Really, rather than a pocket knife.
100%, yeah, and everyone likes them. They talk to you about it. But if you had a Spyderco or something that was built just to be on the what can we maximum, what's the maximum we can get out of it, what's the biggest we can do, I still think that people find that offensive. That's why I've always sort of kept just a SAK small and long.
It's one of the reasons I've gone back to traditional knives, because traditional knives, they never really seem to get bad stick because people look at them and go, oh, that's a grandpa knife. Rather than like all the modern traditionals with the big shiny blades, big deep blades, all the arches on and things. They always look offensive no matter how big they are.
Yeah, I think moderns in general probably are a little more frowned on, just because you'd be used to seeing your grandpa with something, and that's a little more easy on the eyes. Just a 3-bladed Stockman or something. That's not going to send you or something. But the different SAKs. I was surprised probably the most by the Tourist being discontinued. I thought that was definitely probably a seller that I don't know. I guess they're just
there were
trying to
so
cut
many
down.
that were sort of dumped off at once, wasn't there? It was just like a big cull of a load of models.
Can you remember more of them? I know the Delamont was one. The whole series of Delamont.
Isn't the Excelsior stuff go in as well?
Yeah, and it is, and the Delmont to me was a surprise because that's like the last resistance of the Wenger, isn't it? That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, they had some pretty cool tools. They had like the magnifying screwdriver on it, but it's like a big eyeglass, wasn't it? And I thought that was so cool. Their files were different, their saws were different, their tin openers were different. Everything on the Ultimate series was just different tool set, and it's only 85 mil, isn't it? And it's just such a nice. I'm actually disappointed they've got rid of that because maybe, like you said, obviously it's some sort of financial decision. They've done it because they've looked at the numbers. If something was doing well, they wouldn't cut it out, would they? That doesn't matter. Yeah. So they looked at it and gone, okay, this isn't making us any money, or this is only it's not worth it. We can sort of reduce costs, whatever. But it just seems a shame to get rid of something that was the last essence.
Of a part of something that's gone. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Like I picked up the, I think they call it the S14 or whatever. It's the one of the Delamont ones before they go, which is basically like it's not a Spartan. I can't remember the exact model it's like, but it has a couple of tools in it. Just before they get rid of them, something like that. Yeah.
The Wenger Traveller was just like basically a climb. So lifters, blades, done. Corkscrew.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Just before they're gone, I know loads of the 74 millimeters. That's Judd's crying about in the chat. He's saying all his beautiful 74 millimeters.
He can cry all the way to the bank, mate, because I hate them. What is it? 50. I get the 58 because Steph has one. That's my partner. She has one on her keyring, and it's perfect. It's pink. It does a job. It does your nails. Little scissors, little knife. Perfect. I get the 58, right? The 84 is wicked little pocket knife. You can put them in your jeans, your joggers, whatever you want. The 84 is great. 91, completely get it. The 111, I get that as well. The 130, I really like the big range. I get all of them. But the 74, where does that fit in? I'll tell you where it fits in.
It's in Judd's hands, but he's so small.
Yeah.
That's why he's all torn up about it, right?
That's
74. Yeah, what was it? I think the Executive is the only one I've got in the 74.
I don't have any 74s.
This is the classic 16 Wenger. I only have like 2 Wengers. So
yeah, it's the Traveller then.
Is that the Traveller? Okay.
Yeah, the Wenger Traveller. Yeah.
And you need to make sure you write that on your old man tag, John, so you remember what it is.
I had it as classic 16. I don't know. Maybe there's a difference. I don't know.
And then they had backpacker, which had the saw instead of that, and then you have the handyman or the forester, which is the equivalent to the huntsman and the fieldmaster.
Okay.
Judd's getting all
expecting me to remember all those
comments. Yeah, you're giving John all that information in 3 seconds. There's no chance.
Yeah, I have to write it down on the tag, right? But I just really enjoy all of them. I like the Wengers as well as the Victorinox, but
John, bring up Mikey's comment.
Whoop, got the wrong one, sorry.
Judd uses the 74 mil as a broadsword.
That's brilliant. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send Judd's knife to someone else on here. We'll just
hello, I'll have it.
Address incoming.
Judd, if you can hear me, mate, your knife's gone. Your knife I made for you the other day, that's gone. That's whoever puts in, I'll have it, and it's gone.
Bring on you tall Egypts, I'll bite your kneecaps.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Brilliant.
Well, that's about all I got for him, Dan. But what else you got, Slippy?
I just wish you'd make more customs, Dan, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you need to ignore the family. Forget all that part of your life.
Yeah, just ditch
Get back to what you really enjoy.
If I got to my workshop at 8 a.m. and I just did house, I got there and I was ready. I'd had breakfast, a couple of tins of Red Bull, and I'm sitting in there. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I stayed there till 6 o'clock. I could produce a sack full of them. Literally, I can do about 2-3 an hour.
Wow.
And if I got faster, probably more. 2 are very good quality. I mean, if you let me just see what we've got here. We use Judd's knife. Hold on.
It's not Judd's knife.
No.
Oh, it's not Judd's knife.
It used to be.
It used to be. We use Judd's old knife here. We just.
It's been dismantled, Judd. There we go. It's done.
Scales removed that fast. Jeez.
So that shows you the carbon fiber and the peening, but they'll all be to that sort of standard.
Yeah, you do a great job. Like
so
the ones you've all done for me are perfect.
The little rings there. Is that like a part you can acquire too? Is that
what the rivet?
The little
the little brass rivet.
Yeah, the rings that.
Yeah, you have to take them for old ones. You've got to be careful not to.
Okay. So you have to reuse those. Those aren't something you can get hold of, right?
Well, I don't know. Some people say you can get them, but I've never managed to be able to get them. So if anyone knows where I can get them, please tell, and I'll.
Yeah. Okay.
Forward them.
Yeah. So Judd's got a new address. It's actually in Texas.
I'll apologise for not making more. I don't know what I've got in the bag. I don't think I've got anything. I haven't. Sometimes, I haven't got nothing here. But I've got lots of brass scales with different. I've got some brass scales I had made the other day. I've got about 5 sets, but they've all got different stuff on the back. So they've got the Blade Bridge logo, and on the back you've got like Evolution of Man, so it goes up from the monkey. Then you've got like a Tree of Life on some of them. I'm going to bring out a set of 5 brass sacks with maybe black liners with brass.
That'd be cool.
They've all got different stuff. Maybe I'll have some of the blades copper plated, and like I'm going to do some pretty funky stuff when I've got the time. But apologies, guys, I didn't bring much with me today.
There is a development going on in the chat, and Mikey's saying, "Can we bid on Judd's knife?" So I think we can open bidding for the knife. And Singing Toad turning up late as always. Hello.
So if we say about like what £5, $6 or something to start Judd's knife off at?
Yeah. We'll start at £5, $7. Opening bid for Judd's knife. All proceeds go back into Dan's pocket.
Yeah. There's the Yeoman with an acid wash.
Gen 2 Hobbit Smurf 100 Mystery.
With solid carbon fiber liners and genuine Victoria Dark Desert Camo ones. You can see
Mikey is £50 for the sack.
What we're doing here is I made this for Judd, but because he's been bullying this, we're selling it off.
Well, Candor has bid 12 Hobbit rings.
It's got the file on the back of the hook there. Scissors, and it's a Yeoman sort of on pattern there with the combo tool. So free postage as well.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Judd's gone awful quiet.
He's having a temper tantrum now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone to throw all the toys out of his stroller.
Right.
Oh, he's never coming back.
So what did it make? 50 quid?
50 quid and 12 Hobbit rings.
12 Hobbit rings.
Oh man, too much fun, guys.
Judd objects to being called a hug online bully. Compact only bully, maybe. It's a compact bully.
So just going briefly back. So there is, I don't know if Matt's put it in the description. That's where all my customs will now be basically sold for. There'll be a hub, and that'll be them. At the minute, there's only one, but there may be other places that will start doing them. It's just having the time to set up, how things are going to work. I just don't want to overstress myself, overwork again. So there'll still be, like I said, Instagram. You can reach out to me on Instagram if you want a question or something, or you just want to, take.
Can we ask about what your normal job is now, or is that?
Yeah, of course. So it's like repairing coffee machines.
Oh, okay.
So a handyman all round.
Well, more of a chancer. But...
Yeah, I've chucked the link in again for that semaphore in the chat box if anyone wants to have a look.
Yeah, right here.
Slippy, can you pop the link to the Discord as well? Yes, I can.
There we go.
And then obviously we were talking earlier, so if you are looking for SAK parts, so the scale on this one, we just use this one, the scales were from Jellyfish EDC, that's Stephanie Smith. She's a lovely woman, and they were about £8, which is about $10. And then the liners, which are purple liners on this, I can see they're quite a dark purple liner on that, are from Ukraine. I think they're about 8 or 10, might not even be that, maybe $6 to $8 each, something like that.
They're not expensive.
Nah, they're not like, which is about, I guess, £5, £6, something like that. I don't know how our audience is mixed, but you can see the liners and they're purple, but they're perfect. You don't have to do anything to them. They work. They're from Ukraine, that SAK Custom World, and we just say they're about $5, $6. He works in USA dollars anyway. It's great, and this is just a basic acid etch with a brass wash on it. That's about it. And then obviously you just buy your tool set, what you want, just pocket dump or something. I don't know what were you using for your sacks? Is it pocket dump or?
I have got a couple of pocket dump. I was getting a few off Amazon because they were such reasonably priced while they had a sale. But I think now pocket dump is the better deal at the moment. They had a sale and the prices have seemed to sort of stay down. And you can get a compact on it now for about 33, and they used to be about 50. I bought a Pioneer X off there for 35 to 40. And it was all really reasonably priced on there. If pocketdump.co.uk, I think it is in the UK, that's the best place to get them at the moment. Amazon do have some good deals, but yeah, not as good as a pocket dump at the moment. There's loads of stuff on there, and pretty much any production model they've got is on there, minus maybe the special editions, like the Chinese New Year ones. They're not on there, for example, but everything else is on there.
Yeah. Have you done a lot of customizations to the ALOX models, or is it more to the Celador?
Yeah, I think Matt's got a couple of my what you see, I have to say Alex. I don't know why. I'll probably say it wrong. Yeah. Is it Alex? What is it?
It's Alox. ALOX. It doesn't matter, does it? We all know what it is.
The aluminum thing? Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to say.
Yeah, I've done a few. I don't like using screws, so I like to do everything traditional.
Right.
It's quite hard to get them really good. I've done a few, which is Matt said they've come up really well, but I'm never really that happy with them. Yeah, and I do like them, and I am going to start doing more to them now. Yeah, that's something I'm looking into, because I might just cheat and just use screws like everyone else, but then I don't know. I probably will in the future. At the minute, I've just been concentrating on 91s because I can get all the parts for them. I can get all the long scales, and I can put the Wenger tools in them quite nice. I'll do that occasionally. Like the people have been missing it lately. I've been using the combo tools out of the 84mm weight or equivalent and putting them into the 91mm. I've done 2 or 3 and they just sort of slip through the net. No one's clocked it. I've taken photos of them and put them on Instagram, but they're a much better combo tool. They're sharper. The screwdriver bit's better, so I like to mix the tools up a bit. But the ALOX tools, I like to put the ALOX tools onto the 91mm as well, especially the inline awl. That's nice. And I find that the blade on the ALOX is a lot stronger. A lot. When it's in your hand,
it's a thicker blade stock, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. The stock on it, the detent, whatever you call it, it's just thicker and stronger. Obviously it's the same. I'm guessing it's the same steel, so it doesn't hold such a screaming edge because it's slightly fatter. Where the pen blade on the 91mm, you can get an absolute razor edge on because it's already thin, and then when you really start to polish that up, I find that's a nice a nice edge. So if it could be, if they would do a pen blade on the Alox, that'd be nice as well. I think. But I know they've got, but the sheepsfoot's popular. I like putting the sheepsfoot onto the 91 mils as well.
The sheepsfoot and the electrician is one of the best blades I think they do. I also like the recurve on the Swiss Army 2 and the Swiss Army 7.
Oh,
you seen that?
Yeah, that's the bill hawk bill. How you say?
That's the little hawk bill blade. That's really cool. I really like that one. That's like a package opening machine. That holds a screaming edge as well. So I think one thing everyone wants to know is what's your favourite Swiss Army knife? Would be your ideal one?
I actually like the Ranger, the 130 mil one with one-handed opener, because it's just when you take it apart, it's steel pins or nickel silver. I can't think it might be steel. It's super well made. It's very strong. Or the steel's a little bit soft, but that's not a bad thing because you can just hone it up, shop it up.
Yeah, that's why I like the steel and like the budget steels, because if you're out in the middle of nowhere, you can sharpen it on anything.
A good pair of jeans.
Literally.
It never rusts. They never really go wrong. You've got that warranty with them. You can customize them. So I do personally, for a big one that you couldn't pocket carry, it'd be the Ranger. That's just the single one with the big one-handed opener, and I think you get the two pick and tweezers and a corkscrew.
Yeah, I know Mikey in the chat's a big fan of the larger ones. He's picked up a few recently.
Yeah, I'm a very big fan of them, and I'm yet to customize some, which I will. I'll do some filing on the spot, stuff like that. I'll probably get some laser work done on them, but again, it's time and money, obviously. And the minute I'm just wild for the Sportsman at the minute. Like I know it's so basic, and I'm not into the Swiss Champs. If I want a pair of pliers, I'll use a pair of pliers, or use a Leatherman, or the what's the Victorinox version? I prefer that. The
X,
beautiful, or absolutely, yeah. But I'm a very big fan of, especially the older one. It's slightly more bulky, but it's sort of nuclear fallout wouldn't affect it. It
might have anything like a cockroach. Yeah,
absolutely. So that's so I think I haven't got a favourite, but I've got three. So I've got the Sportsman, which is 84 mil. Which this one here, I've got some CNC cut plastic scales on there. It's nothing, but it's only a Sportsman. There's not even got my blade tam. It's just a German factory one with some aftermarket scales on. Then it'd be the Ranger, single blade one hand opener, and then probably the Spirit X. They would be my favourite SAKs.
Awesome. Like for me, I'm sort of chopping and changing between the Pioneer X and the Compact you made me. They seem to like alternate between days. I can never pick a favourite. It's so hard to pick. I think the Compact for me is like the best one, but then I really like Alox as well, and I can't pick.
You've got the screwdriver on that, have you not?
Yes. Yeah. It's just nicer to carry. I think what Judd was talking about it before. It's more comfortable to use in hand with the screwdriver rather than the corkscrew.
Yeah.
Just find it doesn't sort of. Well, I'm not saying the corkscrew digs in, but you really don't feel that in the back of your hand. For me, like that's the perfect sort of configuration, especially with the combo tool. I really love the combo tool on the Compact. How it does the 4 tasks rather than the 3.
Yeah, they say that. Have you guys opened up any tins with the combi blade to see if it's any better or worse than the?
I haven't. I have used the normal one to open up tins. I haven't got around to using the combi yet.
Yeah.
I mean, even the 84 mil normal one works. No issue. It's slow when you go round, but I agree with Matt that it's fine. But the combo one, I've never opened anything, but I know that people say they're not as good, and I know when it comes to like opening a tin of paint, if you get the cap lifter of the 84, the 91, there's just no issue. You get in there as long as you're not like using it like a pry bar, putting extensions on. If you're not just sensible with it and you're just getting your tin of paint, it's absolutely perfect. But I've had a lot of people say that like the combo one, that'll bend and the pins will start.
Yeah, it's a lot thinner, and right. See if I can do a comparison here of the two different ones. So you can see. Like there's a lot less material on the Compact one compared to this one, and the tip's a lot finer. But I mean, as like you said, as long as you're not being an idiot with it, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I personally, I'm not. Well, if I was to make one for myself, I would lose all the lifters completely, and I would just have. I'd probably just actually, in all fairness, I just have I have done some with just a file, so main blade, then file, even on the 91 mils, because I'm not a massive fan of, so Wenger they do a 2D screwdriver, which you've already got on the Victorinox, which is just, I know people have seen them. So where the bottle opener would, where the can opener would be, it's a 2D screwdriver. And then do, obviously they do the can opener, and then they do a file, or they do a clip blade. Now the clip blade's really nice. I haven't got anything. Normally I use them.
Yeah, the Wenger, the little tiny clip blade size pen, isn't it? It's like a small clip blade.
Yeah, that's
a really cool one.
I think what I'd like to see is them make a larger style combi tool with the screwdriver tip like the Rally has, but put that on more of the 91 millimeter. You don't think they could maybe pull that off? You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like having a Phillips on the end of the little tiny combi tool.
Right. I mean, because they have the inline screwdriver, but then there's nothing but the shaft of that. Then they could have more like the Rally type blade with the lifter, and then the tip is the.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, but just have it a little larger diameter, make it a little more robust.
Like a larger version of the Rally one. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I've got, like I said here, I've got this brass 84 mil, which is one that's just I've been using in the workshop here. Now, obviously, I don't do the YouTube as well, but I'm quite happy if we want to give this one away today. However you guys want to work that out, who's ever the host, and then work something out, and I'm quite happy to gift this one out. It's brass lined. But not to Judd. Judd can't enter.
So you want to do an impromptu giveaway? Sure.
Yeah.
Is it UK only or anywhere?
Well, UK, I'll do the postage. If it's to anywhere, you'll have to cover the shipping. But I can post that, tomorrow morning.
I'm sure no problem with that, covering the shipping to send the SAK out.
Yeah, no worries. Because obviously to the UK, that's only a couple of quid. To the States,
it's like nothing.
10 or 12.
Yeah, that's awesome, Judd. Really appreciate that. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's it is, like I said, it's not all brand new tool. It's one I've used a few times, been in the workshop, but it's if someone wants it, it's clean, it's brass lined. The front tools are acid wash, the springs are acid wash. It's got my little etching, my stamp on there. Yeah. All right.
Okay, so I think we'll just do the standard sort of numbers. John, should we do between 1 and 100?
Yeah, let's do 1 through 99. How about that?
Okay, have we got your number picker, or Dan, do you want to pick a number between 1 and 99? Write it down.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, hold on.
All right, so we're doing this US and UK. What's the deal there?
Anywhere, if it's UK, I'll cover the postage. If it's US or Europe or wherever, then you'll have to China or something. You'll have to cover the shipping. But I'll post it tomorrow morning. That's not the shipping.
You're going to cover the shipping, or you want me to help you out with that? What are you going to do?
No, I'll cover the UK shipping, but
I mean, I was talking to Matt. Do you want me to?
Oh yeah, no, I'll sort the shipping out. If Dan sends it, I'll send him the money.
If it's a US winner, which will probably
right? yeah. I'm happy to send the shipping.
I haven't got a pen. Hold on. Do you want me to just say a number, or do you want me to write? If I want me to write it down, I'll just
just write it down so we can reveal it after the drawing.
Yeah. Okay. Give me sorry guys. Give me 10 seconds. I'll go and get a pen.
Yeah. Right? No worries.
He needs a signature, doesn't he?
He needs a signature. Or he needs to get some more of them pens for his compact.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're doing between 1 and 99. Just closest to it wins.
Yes, must be 18 or older. And we're doing a worldwide, so there won't be any proxy bidding.
Well, I've found a pen. I'll just write that number down, bit of paper.
MB says that the combi opens 10's fine. I have it on the Bantam video.
That's 84 mil, isn't it, on the Bantam as well?
Yeah.
So what is it you're giving away? You want to tell us again?
Yeah, I just write this number down. You want me to sign it as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
I just took the.
He's nearly as terrible as we are. No, we're giving away the ninja, Chad. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
100%.
Ninja Yeoman.
Well, I've written it down. I've signed it. When do you want me? I'll put it. I've got it. All right.
Right, don't show it yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna start the thing for now. So I'm typing a start in the box.
The knife to everyone, but Judge can't. All right, because no one likes him.
Okay, but everyone apart from Judd. Between 1 and 99, closest answer wins. You have to be 18 plus.
And here's the knife. It's not brand new. It's
Here
just
we go.
used in the workshop, but it's not damaged. It's a Sportsman with a brass wash on it, which means it's acid washed, cleaned, and then tumbled in bullets. And then the brass comes off onto the etch. So this is the Sportsman. So you've got the file, and it's the old type of file, not the new, whatever it is.
It's discontinued, folks. It's not one you can buy anymore.
Yeah, it's a special Dan exclusive with brass liners.
And it's made by Dan. So
right, brass. I do like to use old tools. I do like to use stuff. So it's got the cap lifter there. It's got these on the back. I haven't washed them. The springs are washed, but not the back tools because I like to do things slightly differently. You've got the corkscrew, then you've got the little tin opener, and then you've got the main blade. It's got a bit of use. It's razor sharp, but it's taken a few knocks. I've used it and sharpened it again, and then it's got my little logo on there. Snap up. I polished the scales a bit, so anything it's like 9 out of 10. You wouldn't hardly see
it's free, Dan. They're not going to complain, and if they do, I'll put them in their place.
Mind your fingers.
Okay.
Well, so that's that there, and then you can do your magic.
Okay, so my key is one guess only.
Yeah, Mikey.
See what people are guessing or not.
Mikey's guessing 14 and multiple times, and I don't know what the hell he's doing. One guess, Mikey. One guess.
Is that cockroach Judd?
We're going to take your first guess, Mikey. That's in the range of 1 to 99. How about that? So,
Judd, you can go for minus 100 or anything over 99. Fine.
So we'll give it another minute, and then we'll put a stop.
So, Mikey, what is Mikey's first guess, just so we're clear on what his number is?
Mikey's first guess
13
is 84.
Where do you see that?
Right at the top.
Oh yeah, okay, I see it. Yeah, all right.
So Matt, what SAK have you been carrying at the minute, Matt? What today? What's been the or like that? And what about?
It's the Dan Custom, obviously. Of course, I was carrying the Dan Custom on Dan Day.
And what about?
Come on, Dan.
Carrying.
What's that?
Thrifty, what's he been carrying? What SAK is it?
Oh, got to dig in the drawer here. There it is. I don't have a tag on it, so I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's a banger.
Yes, a Wenger. It's a little beat up, so I decided to carry this. It's the one with the lock.
Yeah, so it's the S something, isn't it? The lock is the S something.
Are you allowed to carry that in your pocket?
Absolutely. Basically, no rules here. Except
you can do what you want. It's Texas. Just don't murder someone. That's the only rule. You just can't
take anything onto like government property, school property, that sort of thing.
Yes, yeah. We can't take our. You can't take one of these onto a school or government property. But you can carry them everywhere else.
Yeah.
Right, gentlemen, I'm throwing up a stop.
All right.
Okay. Dan, what's your number?
Oh, number is 24. You see it? I've signed
24.
it.
24. Right, going up. So we have a 17 is close. 27 for MB. 23 for Byron Kennedy.
Oh, 23 is close, isn't it?
It looks like Byron's got it for 23.
Byron, you are one lucky SOB, man. You win everything.
So is Byron the lucky winner?
Just double checking, but I'm pretty sure it's a yes. Yes, Byron, you are the lucky winner.
Good job, Byron. Randy, you're an idiot. We're not taking that.
That's awesome. So, Byron, if you want to email me your address and I'll pass it on to Dan, it is slipjointsawyer@gmail.com. I'll pop it in the box for you.
There we go. I've got Byron's email, so you can.
You've got it, have you?
Yeah, you can email it to me again, and I'll send it over to you. Or
yeah, do that. That's easy. If you already got it or you got contact with them, do that.
Yeah, I'll make sure you get it.
That's awesome. And then Dan, when you've posted it, let me know how much the postage is, and we'll sort that out.
Lovely, thank you very much. Where's it going? The States?
States.
Yeah.
That mainland?
Mainland.
Yeah.
Well, congrats, Byron.
Yeah, Byron has something very special.
I do like giving knives away.
Yeah, you can enter now, Judd. You're allowed to enter.
Yeah,
now.
you're allowed to enter now. It's been won.
Go for like 25 or something, Judd. 24, I think was close, Judd, if you go for that, mate.
Okay, so now should we do the giveaway for the Ninja Yeoman?
Yeah.
Oh, that's coming straight to Hobbit Smurf here in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
100 Main Street.
That was awesome. Thanks for doing that, Dan. It's really nice.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Dan. Really appreciate
You know what?
it.
It gives me enjoyment to talk to people and who've got familiar interests. And yeah, it's nice. It's nice to sometimes get out of the because it's not a very big workshop, and yeah, it's just nice to get out there and talk to people and to show people what I've been up to. And like I said, I just enjoy making stuff, preparing stuff, giving it away, selling it, whatever. But it's nice to come on, meet Thrifty, and to see Matt in the flesh, and what you're doing, and all your followers. But you're probably going to have now.
They're probably all left now.
Yeah, but yeah. Thanks for having us, and thanks for listening.
No, you're welcome. We were looking forward to having you on.
Excellent.
Yeah, we really were, and Matt was telling me just like you had the same sort of sense of humor as he does. He said he talked to you for a couple hours before. I guess what was it? He stopped by, or he saw you, and is like, "What? You talked him out? Now we have nothing to talk about." But I knew we'd have plenty to ask him. But
now, Matt, one of your followers came and see me when he was on holiday. You remember? I can't think of his name.
Martin.
That's it. He come in, and I made him a SAK there on the spot. So
excellent.
Yeah,
his son picked out the colours. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah. If anyone wants to come and just come in and say hello, my business. It's not my house. It's just a business. It's just a garden centre. Yeah, got the address in there. Just come in and say hello. You'll probably end up with something for free because I'm like, you can't leave without anything. So yeah. But if there's 25 people next Sunday all queuing up, we'll blame Judd.
Yeah, well, you know,
Judd's brother, Judd's mum.
You can just send the bill to Judd.
He's worried now. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
It's like the secret is out. Dan's abilities are on full display, and he does not like it because he wants first come, first served service.
That doorbell is my dinner.
All righty. We'll go let you go, Dan.
Excellent. Everyone take care. Have a good evening or morning, and hopefully speak again.
Go have your scrum.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Thanks for coming on, Dan.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to head out. We've got
that was all.
Another live to get on hold of here shortly. But we appreciate you coming on.
Less than an hour.
Right.
Yeah, we had a great time. Thank you everyone for watching.
Appreciate you guys coming in, and congratulations again, Byron, for winning the contest. But
Which
we're
we didn't
gonna
know
make
was
this
going to happen. That was a surprise for us.
yeah, we're gonna make this a weekly thing. So make sure you come and visit again next week. I think Slippy is probably only going to be able to be on for a short while next week, but I'm going to try to have somebody on with me, or just do it by myself. I don't know exactly, but it's definitely going to be. Well, I'm still going to have the show. The show's going to.
Yeah, we're going to keep the same times. It's not going to alter. It'll still be the 10:30 Central and 4:30 UK. It's not going to change time. It's going to stay exactly the same on a Sunday.
Right.
Just so you guys know it's going to be the same. If you want something to watch, we'll be here.
Right, but yeah, he's going to make an appearance, however brief it may end up being. But we'll both be here next week. So 10:30 Central Time, Sunday next week, and 4:30 UK time. But that's going to do it for us, guys. We appreciate you watching the Slippy and Thrifty Show. I'm Thrifty. He's
Slippy.
And we'll see you next time.